Heroes take their firebrand ways through Europe. An order from Hitler poses a new deadly threat.
You look amazing.
I love a good wedding.
Have you been dating?
Oh, a couple of dates a few months ago. Archie, mysterious lawyer.
We may have looked at his socials.
Seriously, Hannah, what's holding you back?
Scared of being alone. I'm scared of being with someone.
But isn't anything worth doing terrifying?
Another toast to that.
The Split, Barcelona. Press red for all episodes on BBC iPlayer.
This is what you fell in love with.
Oh, what a goal!
Giant killing dreams.
A cup upset for the ages!
Top billing teams.
One of the truly great FA Cup goals.
All or nothing.
Another incredible cup chapter.
This is original football.
Incredible! Oh, Mainu scores!
The FA Cup third round kicks off with Manchester City v Salford City. Live Saturday 5:30 on BBC One and iPlayer.
Attention passengers.
I feel like you are calculated.
This is actually the most brutal thing.
Was this a really bad idea?
Strap in. It's about to get juicy. The Traitors continues Wednesday at 9 on BBC One and iPlayer.
Well, we know it wasn't an accident.
What do you need support?
I do not.
This isn't food poisoning. Whoever sent that wants to shock.
Absolutely.
What do they want?
We could be looking at 400 passengers going down with the deadly virus.
Would you rather hold on to some hope or be told all hope is lost?
The new series of Silent Witness starts tomorrow at 9 on BBC One and iPlayer.
Daring do in Europe. Our new series of SAS Grog Heroes continues now with some violent scenes and scenes some of you may find upsetting from the start and strong language.
Story unravels in remote icy waters. Expedition Killer Whale on iPlayer. Here, a catastrophic image of 7/7 seared in the memory of our city. A new series on the London bombings.
Have you heard of the Ink Black Heart? One of the fans is stalking me online. They use the name Anime.
Find out who Anime is. He's the creator of the game.
She's been murdered.
What's she saying?
You've been warned.
Enemy knows we're closing in.
I don't want to lose you.
I'll sort myself out. You need to get out of there.
Strike, the Ink Black Heart. Press red to watch now on BBC iPlayer.
I'm reinvestigating some of the most dramatic chapters in British history.
Oh, yes. It turns very dark here.
Get closer to the truth. Lucy Worsley investigates. Watch now on BBC iPlayer.
This summer marks 20 years since the 7/7 London bombings, a devastating attack on the city and its transport network. A new series now on BBC Two follows the painstaking investigation from first response to international manhunt. Graphic eyewitness accounts, which some of you may find disturbing from the start, some strong language and powerful testimony tell the harrowing story of the horrific events and aftermath. Breathing new life into iconic classics. Enjoy more atmospheric performances of literature from The Read on BBC iPlayer.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Breaking the new year with the Masters.
It's party time.
It's showtime once again.
Great stuff.
It's time to hear that irresistible Harry roar.
The Masters starts Sunday at 1, live on BBC Two and iPlayer.
To the Yorkshire Moors now on BBC Four, the setting of Emily Bronte's Wuthering Heights. In this documentary from 1973, Margaret Drabble's our guide to the Brontes' parsonage. Lucy Worsley is back on the detective trail, investigating 4 dramatic chapters and iconic characters in British history, from the Gunpowder Plot to Bloody Mary, Jack the Ripper and William the Conqueror, in her new series on BBC iPlayer.
Sabine, Tess Binion Charts of Fumshaw, K. Awari.
Tragic to unscale talk on it.
Current arrogant and psychopath to look.
The darker the secret, the deeper it's buried. Cra starts Saturday at 9 on BBC Four and iPlayer.
This is what you fell in love with.
Oh, what a goal!
Giant killing dreams.
A cup upsets for all the ages.
Top billing teams.
One of the truly great FA Cup goals.
All or nothing.
Another incredible cup chapter.
This is original football. The FA Cup third round kicks off with Manchester City v Salford City. Live Saturday 5:30 on BBC One and iPlayer.
For me, it's mainly news and sport. That's what I watch on the BBC.
But we do like things like the trailers.
Yeah, we like the trailers.
I love the trailers. So I would be such a good trailer. I would definitely be in that, so I would. And I would love to get right to the end.
Aye.
I absolutely love Casualty, but Mammy can't. She has to look away, isn't it? You don't like the hospital dramas where I can watch them. And I love the dramas. And
even though it's joking blood, I have to look away.
And then this EastEnders, so far-fetched and dramatic, and I love that. And I love Kat. I'd like to be Kat's friend.
And Mark's favourite is?
Sport and news.
I love Match of the Day.
And the odd murder.
I am getting a little bit concerned how many murders Mark is watching. Oh, goodness me.
The European campaign is going to make Africa look like a tea party.
I'm Lieutenant Colonel Bill Sterling.
I like cat boots. Bell.
We'll be fighting beside some of the best and most courageous soldiers on Earth. The famous SAS. My brother was the midwife of this regiment. I refuse to be its coroner.
The new series of SAS Rogue Heroes. Press red for all episodes on BBC iPlayer.
Music and memories in an Elvis Presley movie, now on BBC Four, in the week he would have turned 90. His first big dramatic singing role, the King behind bars in Jailhouse Rock.
I really love you, Marianne. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm seeing someone.
Oh, how long?
A couple months. I've heard you're a bit of a nosy Parker. You know what happens to nosy Parkers, don't you?
Femi, are you for real right now? You will never be one of them.
Box sets to stay in for. Watch now on BBC iPlayer.
Hey guys, Joe Wicks here, helping you maximise your gains. You're going to need dedication, persistence and strength. Come on guys, can you take the heat? Let's go!
This is your fault, Meaden.
This is not what I meant when I said I hope the guest dragon works out.
Woo!
The new series of Dragon's Den starts Thursday at 8 on BBC One and iPlayer.
On tonight's match of the day 2, Liverpool look to extend their lead at the top of the table when they play Manchester United. And informed Fulham are hoping to continue their European push when they host Ipswich. There's also December's goal of the month with Alan Shearer and Shay Given in the studio. See you after the news.
Now on BBC One, the evening news with Jane Hill.
Tonight at 10, amber warnings for snow are extended after a day of severe weather in many parts of the country. There's been disruption for road, rail and air travellers, and now melting snow and heavy rain are causing problems. And as a huge winter storm hits America, millions there are preparing for what could be the lowest temperatures in a decade. Elon Musk calls for Nigel Farage to be replaced as the leader of Reform UK. More airstrikes in Gaza. Hamas says 200 people have been killed since Thursday. Israel says it's targeting Hamas fighters. And which films are hoping to win big at tonight's Golden Globe Awards in Hollywood?
I'm here on the red carpet as the stars gear up for the ceremony at one of the most glamorous nights of the year.
Hello, good evening. An amber weather warning for snow has been extended until tomorrow morning across northern England, meaning there is potential risk to life. Heavy snow and freezing rain cause widespread disruption in many parts of the UK today, and now milder temperatures have brought the threat of flooding in southern parts of England. A number of airports were closed for several hours earlier, and some passengers are still facing delays. Our North of England correspondent Danny Savage reports.
At the extremes of today's weather, conditions were atrocious. Blizzards created drifts here in North Yorkshire and roads became impassable.
Pennine areas of northern England seem to be one of the worst affected areas so far today. And from my sort of unofficial measurements here in this part of the Yorkshire Dales, we've got about 22 centimetres of snow so far, and it's still falling.
In West Yorkshire, a mountain rescue team near Hebden Bridge was busy.
Got it.
Their various tasks included getting a district nurse to a patient in urgent need of antibiotics.
When the snow's like this, it's can be impossible because it's so steep here as well. I have to have my injections in a 2-hour window, so it's vital she gets here.
Travel conditions were difficult over a wide area. This bus struggled on the gradients in Belmont in Lancashire. Airports saw diversions and cancellations earlier in the day. This was Manchester this morning, but both here and Leeds Bradford have reopened. There were delays on trains too. Harrogate was typical of many places in northern England. A taste of winter had people changing their plans.
We're going to stay put. We've been driving from Scotland down to Brighton and we stopped off last night, looked at the weather forecast, but we're going to stay put, just enjoy the weather and then just travel safely back down south tomorrow.
I can't get to the airport. I've booked an Uber, but they've cancelled it.
There was snowfall in parts of Wales too, where people in some areas were warned not to make non-essential journeys. But in the worst affected areas, the drifts will need to be cleared tomorrow, along with checks on livestock which may be huddled beneath them. Flooding may now become an issue in some areas. Heavy rain has led to numerous flood warnings across southern England and the Midlands. A few days into the new year, and the weather is making many of the headlines. Danny Savage, BBC News, North Yorkshire.
Well, there is severe weather across the Atlantic as well, with millions of Americans preparing for a huge winter storm that could bring the heaviest snowfall and coldest temperatures in more than a decade. A state of emergency has been declared in 5 states: Virginia, Kentucky Arkansas, Kansas and Missouri. In Kansas, the usual average low at this time of year is -6 degrees, but it is expected to fall to -29. In Kentucky, the average low is -3 degrees, but now -16 is expected. Let's talk to our...
Evening to you. It was a short shock of winter, wasn't it, really? The milder air has been working in through the day today, turned grey and wet, and that's how we're going to start tomorrow morning, although it will be cold again from tomorrow evening. But we're going to start a very mild note tomorrow morning, still rain around and a gusty wind as well. Then the rain is pulling off towards the southeast, clearing skies behind, some following showers, and a change of wind direction, feeding in much colder air. The temperatures dropping away through the day and feeling very chilly with that gusty wind. The wind eases on Tuesday, still cold, wintry midweek.
Just time to tell you that from tomorrow, a new voice will be waking you up on BBC Radio London. Aaron Paul takes over from breakfast at 6 a.m. And you can join us, of course, throughout the day tomorrow. Good night.
This is what you fell in love with. Oh, what a goal! Giant killing dreams.
A cup upsets for all the ages.
Top billing teams.
One of the truly great FA Cup goals.
All or nothing.
Another incredible cup chapter.
This is original football.
Incredible! Oh,
The FA Cup third round kicks off with Manchester City v Salford City. Live Saturday 5:30 on BBC One and iPlayer.
Attention passengers.
I feel like you are calculated.
This is actually the most brutal thing.
Was this a really bad idea?
Strap in. It's about to get juicy. The Traitors continues Wednesday at 9 on BBC One and iPlayer.
Maz isn't watching sci-fi, she's escaping Sunday doom.
Shall be an outpost of the Satanic.
Katie's not watching crime drama.
Are you sure you're not coming, love? We'll be a wench down.
She's making her own family seem normal. Nice. And Dad isn't desperately searching for a kids' show. He's calling in the backseat negotiator. Whoever you are, wherever you stream, BBC iPlayer.
Karina Cox and Katrina Johnson-Thompson join Jason Manford in Have I Got Sport for You after a roundup of this weekend's Premier League action.